Hi, it's a cloudy day in New York, which I actually like, but it's always when people talk about the weather in an annoying way, I'm always asking them, is it really the weather or is it the weather inside? And it's funny how I realize it in my life. I live in New York for so many years, and the winters here are notorious. But for the first many years, first few years I should have said, I couldn't care less about the winter. And then I was going through some kind of an emotional, really rough time in my life, and I remember that winter. And of course, emotional stuff usually has to do with men, at least for me. I remember that winter that I just couldn't stand the cold weather. And I remember thinking to myself, what happened? I mean, it's the same weather as every year. It's not even a bad winter, so what happened? And then I started thinking about that term, the weather inside. I was like, is it really the weather outside or is it the weather inside? And I was hesitating, honestly. I wasn't even sure about it. Though I tend to think that it is the weather inside. But there was one day I was hanging out with a man I really like, or the source of all the previous stress. And it was a cloudy day, like today, because we get a lot of cloudy days in the summer as well here. And I was picking up food for us at the store. And I remember thinking to myself, looking outside at that gray weather and thinking to myself, so cozy, so romantic. And in an instant, the second thought that came to me was like, if you would have seen that a month ago, or even a week ago when you were stressed out, you'd be like, oh, I can't stand it. It's cold again, it's gray again, it gets under my skin. And then I realized, so it's actually the weather inside that determines our well-being or non-well-being state way more than the weather outside. So I guess that's my advice for everyone, including myself. The next time you get annoyed by the weather, ask yourself, is it the weather or is it the weather inside? Having said that, yeah, you could be happy and annoyed by the weather. It's not black and white, but try to pay attention.